Hello, we're back. Welcome to another exciting episode of Megan working on her hackathon app. So today is the due date. I thought I was going to be able to finish ahead of time, but here we are again, the day that it's due. But it's okay. I think we made some decent progress last time, so I think that we'll be able to get it done on time. We'll at least be able to submit something, and it won't feel quite as panicked as last time. I say confidently. We got a couple hours. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let me find here. Let's switch over. Let me find the link. So for anybody who's joining for the first time, we're doing the Learn with Jason Web Dev Challenge Hackathon. I'll post this link. Paste. So this is the prompt. The theme is to build something that helps the local food scene in your community. The sponsors, so the tools that you're supposed to use one of them or more. But the sponsors are Clerk and Raycast and Convex. So we're using Clerk and Convex this time. And yeah, the due date is midnight Pacific time. So what is that? 3 hours? 4 hours? Just under 4 hours? Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I'm building a restaurant bingo. Well, here, let's see where we got so far. This is my app, pnpm run dev. Let's get this going. But yeah, I'm building a restaurant bingo app. So once it opens up, there's like a bingo board of different restaurants, and then you like go and visit them and check off that you went there. Someday when I was drawing it out, I was like, oh, you could have like, you have to upload a photo or something when you go to the restaurant to prove that you went there. But that was too much for 4 hours. So I'm already even over 4 hours, but that's okay. We're working up to it. Someday maybe we'll be able to do it in 4 hours, but not today. So this is the bingo board. These are all just like made up hard-coded restaurants right now. But if you click one, then you can check in, and then it crosses it out. And another thing that I had thought to add, or had wanted to add in the original design, was a way to like detect when you have gotten a bingo. And so then it would like keep track of your rewards down here. So for every bingo that you get, you could go and redeem it at a restaurant for a reward, like a discount or like a free cookie or something. But we didn't make it that far. Aspirational features. So this is what we've got so far. So right now it works. So I guess let's look at Convex. Let me open a new one of these. So let me open my Convex dashboard. I guess let's move this. We'll move this down here. So I've also got these extra tables that I don't need. How do I delete these? Delete table? Yes, permanently delete. Okay, boards, we'll get to that in a second. I want to also delete this numbers table. Delete. Those came in the template that I set up. They're like the default schema, but I don't want any of that. So I've got a table here that stores the board for a user. And so this is all, here, can you see this? Let me make this bigger. So this is all just hard-coded. Zoom. This is all just hard-coded data right now that when the user first signs in, if they don't have a board yet, they'll get one created for them in the database, and then all of this data gets stored in here. And so right now, when we check into a restaurant, it tracks that update in the state of the React app, but if I reload this page, like it's not actually getting pushed to the database. So that I think is the last big feature that we have to build before we can ship this. So here, let me get my little to-do list. Where is she? Yeah, so we've sort of got this first part set up. When they log in for the first time, create a new board for them. There's a weird race condition that happens sometimes where a board will get created twice in the database and then the page breaks because it's like, oh no, I was only expecting one board and there's multiple matches in the database. So we have to fix that. But then we also have to, when a user checks in, this is the part I was just talking about, update the database so that it tracks the restaurant's visited status. And then I guess we don't even technically have to do this. We could just hard code the UI. But right now it looks different if you're signed out. So this is also using Clerk for all of the auth stuff. So here, I guess let me copy this so that I remember it. But if I sign out, I just used the template. Oh wait, send me back localhost. So it just looks like this. There's no shared style or anything. But then when you sign in, then this is what you get. So I would like to have some sort of UI where there's like, a nav bar or something simple, something bare minimum. But yeah, we haven't gotten to that yet. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan for today. How many tabs do I have open? I guess I don't need this one. Actually, I don't need this one either. All right, let's get this back under control. We'll put you over here. We'll put you up here. Let's put our local host down here, I guess. Cool. Here, let me start by changing this site title so that it doesn't say Convex and Vite or whatever that was. Okay, let's make this a little bigger. So inside, where is that? I guess in the index maybe? Okay, Convex. So we want to change this title, Bingo Bytes. All right, so that at least will change this. Great. Now what? Now let's revisit how this thing works. I think it's all just in my app, or was it in the board? Well, here, let's review. So I drew out a picture of how this is all fitting together. Oh, which is now not opening. You can do it. I believe in you. How are we doing? Okay. Let me close this and reopen it, I guess. New window? Is Obsidian not responding? Okay, well, it was this one. Open in new tab. Or actually, I wanted to open this in its own window. How do I do that? Open in new window. Oops, not over here. Over here. All right, so this is our component structure. So we've got an app component, which renders a board, which has the bingo board in it. And then we have our modal, which is the dialog that pops up when you click on a restaurant. And then this doesn't actually, originally I had thought oh, well, maybe each cell of the board will be its own component, but it's not right now. It's all just in this board. But let's look at the database. Yeah, so this is how our database is mapped out right now. We've got a user, well, we don't even have a user table. We're only working with this board table. So So we've got our board, which has restaurants and a user ID. And then someday it would have these rewards. Let's just confirm that that is in fact what this looks like. Let me zoom out. Oops. Yeah, so this is the board's ID, and then this is the restaurants, list of restaurants, and then this is the user ID from Clerk. So we've stored that in here just so that it's so that you can find when they sign in, find the board for this user. So where am I going to need to call this update function? I guess when they click on this button in the check-in modal, then I'm going to need to have some function that fires that calls a convex function. So this, I think, is what I was mapping out in here. Yeah, so inside of the handle check-in in that modal, I need to update the restaurant's state object. So the React state. I think I do that already. Let's find it. So this is in components, board. Let's close this. Okay, so where is my modal? Actually, this is not in the board. This is in the modal. My bad. Okay. So this button, when this check-in button is clicked, so handle check-in. So in here, oh, this is getting passed in now. I guess, is this getting passed in because I had to handle the state? Okay, because this restaurant's, this I think makes sense to me. All right, here, we have to update this diagram based on how this is actually working. Because here we're passing in handle check-in. This function gets passed in as a prop, so let's go chase down where that came from. It must come from the app. So, update dialog, handle check-in. Okay, great. Yeah, so this is where we're updating the state object. And then after this, set restaurants. This, I think, updates the state variable. And then we want to call a convex function to update the board in the database. Doo-doo. Okay. So then this, let's just update this guy. So here we have handle check-in, and this is a function. And then this gets passed down. We're not actually passing set restaurants, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, we're not passing in set restaurants. We're passing in handle check in. Yeah? Okay. Cool. So let's start with our, or actually, what am I going to pass this convex function? Because in here, inside of the app, I guess I can pass it. I think I can pass it just the list of restaurants, right? Because this is restaurants, I think, is a 1D array in here. Yeah, this is the list that I get from the restaurants. And this one is the one in the database is also a 1D array. Okay. Because then when I pass it into the board, then I turn the 1D array into a 2D array so that it will render as a grid. just approve. Yeah, so that happens here. Woof, it's like re-downloading all of the context back into my brain before we get going. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. So now let's work on our function. So our convex function boards. So I only have 2 functions in here. Okay, so I need my third one now. Does it go outside this? Yeah. Here, let's close these things. Well, here, I'll leave one open because I'm probably gonna have to copy some of the structure. So export const. What is this gonna do? Update board for current user. I guess really it's updating restaurants for current user. God, such a long name. Okay, and then this is modifying the data. So this is going to be a mutation. And then what does this have? Args. Args is going to be this same thing, right? Because I'm going to pass in the list of restaurants. So that'll be the first argument. And then now I need handler. And this is going to be an async function. It's going to need context. It's going to need args. All right. Now what? So I'm going to need to do this again. So this is the part that says, get me the currently signed in user. I drew out a picture when I was figuring this out of like how all of this fits together. And of course now I don't have, the one time I don't have that notebook in this room. But I want to write a blog post about it because it was just like trying to keep track of the order of things, because convex here takes the jot that it gets from React, maybe? I don't remember where it gets the jot from. Or maybe it gets the jot out of, there's like a provider. Where is it? In the app, maybe? Or no, it'll be in main, because this is where all the provider stuff is set up. So it's like this clerk provider goes and gets the jot, the like, what is it, JavaScript web token, JSON web token? Oof, I don't remember. It's one or the other. And it stores that basically to be like, oh yeah, you're authenticated as an actual user. And then it has a hook that it passes. Yeah, this use auth hook, I think comes from this provider. Yeah, comes from clerk. And then something happens. But then like every time that a convex function gets called, then I think it's like there's something about a bearer token. There's like an authorization header that gets passed in when the convex function is called, and then convex takes the bearer token, or like takes the jot out of that authorization header, sends it to clerk, got all these C names, sends it to clerk to say like, hey, this is the authentication token that I have, is this legit? And then clerk will be like, yes or no. And if it is legit, then it sends back the user identity. So like their email and their username and that user ID, and then sends it back to the convex function, which can then do whatever it wants. I think that's how that goes. If I repeat it enough times, maybe I'll actually remember it. But yeah, so we have to do that at the beginning of this convex function, basically to say like, hey, if they're not signed in as anybody, don't try to update anything in the database. So with all that said, I guess, can I repeat this from memory? What was it? It was like const identity equals something. Context, it came out of context.auth get user identity, I think. Is that right? Boom. Oh, but we have to await it. See, and this is why we do practice. what is it called? Retrieval practice. Okay. So we're saying wait for this, and then if identity is null, then throw an error because, is it throw new error? Yeah, throw new error because we are not authenticated. Okay, great. So now what? So now if they're signed in, what am I trying to do? I need to like get the user ID and then how do update functions work in Convex? I guess, well here, I'm gonna write it out in words first. I'm gonna get the user ID and then I'm going to update the board that matches user ID to set restaurants. Using args.restaurants or something like that. Something like that. Step 1, step 2. And then what? Well, here, I guess let's look at the docs for how these functions work. Oh, I guess it cleans up all my tabs. Good that Arc will clean up my tabs for me, because I'll just leave them open, and that's why I have 7 million tabs. Last time I had so many things running that shortly after the stream ended, my computer was like, "You're out of memory. We're shutting down." And I was like, "Oh no." Good that happened after the stream, I guess. What was I Googling? Convex docs, mutations. It knew. I was like, "You've Googled this before." Okay, mutations, insert, update, and remove. Okay, we're looking for update. I think there was something that was like db.patch. Is it patch or put? Which one is the one that updates? It's like something, or maybe it's like one of them updates the whole record and one of them updates part of the record. Or am I getting post and put confused? HTTP methods. Let's do a quick check. Request methods. Okay, put replaces all current representations of the target. What does patch do? Okay, partial modifications. Okay, there's no side effects. Creating a resource. If it does have a current representation. Unclear. Oh no! Is the audio not working? It looks like it's working on my end. Here, let me test with my phone real quick, I guess. Hold, please. Although I guess if my audio is not working, you can't hear that I said hold, please. Let's see. Oops. Twitch.tv. I don't know. I'm getting audio on my side. Here, I'll type it just in case. Oh, okay, cool. No worries. Good. Thanks for the heads up, though, because if it would have been me, that would be not great. But yeah, welcome. We're working on our app. I feel like we're in good shape. I feel like we can get it done by midnight. That That might be too bold, but it at least does something, which is better than where we were this time last hackathon. Okay, here, we'll close this. So I'm looking for something about updating. Let's see. Functions. No. Did I skip it? Mutations. I feel like there was something about, or maybe it's on a different page. Maybe it's about like writing to the database instead. Oh, here, writing data. I knew it was one of these docs. Okay, insert is for new stuff. I should really write this down here. Where's our convex notes? Okay, queries, mutations. So we used patch for something before. I don't know what. Okay, so context.db.insert. What was that? That takes, okay, the table name and the arguments. Args object. And then this does what? Create a new record in the database. And then patch does something. I feel like patch is probably the one that I want. Update an existing document, shallow merging it with the given partial document. So I think that this one is existing fields are overwritten. Fields set to undefined are removed. I think this is what I want. Here, let's, okay, so this will shallow, or here, this is for update an existing record via shallow merge. And then what did it say? It was like set field to undefined to remove it. And what was the other one? It was set, or no, new fields from the values object will be added to the record, or something like that. Existing files are overwritten. Okay, that's the one piece we're missing. Existing fields from the values object will be overwritten. Oops. In the database. Cool, so I need the ID of the board. Did I need to pass in the table or no? I guess the ID is enough. It can tell. So, okay, well here, let's get the user ID. How did I do that before? Identity.subject. Okay. Do I need the user ID or do I need, I need their table ID. Or no, wait. Actually, how am I going to do this? Because what does this look like in the database? This one? No, that's Clerk. This one. So it seems like I need this ID, which I'm probably not storing anywhere right now. Here, let's look at how the patch works. Maybe there's a different set. Here, let me open it down here. Maybe there's like a different set of parameters that we can pass in. Because what am I storing in the state right now? I think I'm storing, let's see, board. Yeah, am I just storing the restaurants? Or no, I have the board here from use query. Let's see. All right, here, let me console log the board, because if I have the board ID stored already, that would be great. Whoops. Not a colon. Okay, let's see what we've got. Let's make this big. Let's open the console. Cool. Whoops. All right, board, user ID. Oh, great. Is that the same one as in here? What was it? JD77 something. JD77 something. Great. Okay. Well, maybe that's easier. So then if I pass in the board ID, let's see, where's my convex function? So if I come here, I guess this will be the board ID, and then somewhere, wow, maybe this will be even easier than I dreamed. Okay, so get the board ID, const board ID equals, I guess we'll pull it out of args, args.board ID. I guess now we have to pass this in as an argument. So, God, where does it go? Close this, I guess just after this. So board ID is going to be a string. Okay, so now we pull out the board ID, and then what did that patch look like? Await context.db.patch and pass in the ID and then pass in the restaurants. What does this return? Okay, returns a promise. But does the promise resolve to something? I guess, does it matter? Did it say something like, oh, this gives a 200 if it works? And like, if it doesn't work, how will I know? I guess maybe I'll just catch an error then. Okay, let's see. Let me drag the chat out here. Type it as table name. Type which piece of it? Was this for the argument, or this was for this was for the database call? When you added the arg to the mutation. What is the asterisks? I guess maybe this might be my mod settings. I might have them on too strict if it's like blocking out whatever. Is there a way that I can show it? Ah, there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure if the asterisks are coming from my mod settings or if you typed the asterisks, but I'm not sure where the table name goes. Is that Because like in here, in the insert, I see that here it's got a table name. But then in the patch one, it looks like you might just pass the ID of the object. I guess we'll try it and we'll see. We've got this board. What do I want to do? Contacts.db.patch. Await context.db.patch and then pass in the board ID and then restaurants? Or an object? An object containing restaurants. Okay, this is going to be args.restaurants. Or something like that. Why is this mad? Let's see. Settings. Hover. Let's see what this error is. Argument of type string is not assignable to parameter of type ID. Oh, I guess do you want this to be an ID? An argument for table name was not provided. Oh, wait. Is this what you were talking about? Hello! Welcome! Oh, thanks. Thanks for joining. I know it is late for you. Okay, here. How do I guess if I make you, can I make you a mod or something? Will it let you post? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Will it not let me do that from here? Here, let me try in the other chat. I have it open in a different window. Will this work? There we go. All right, you're a mod now. Try and post it. I know I have to find the right level of mod settings. I think I was like nervous at first. I was like, oh God, I don't know what anybody's gonna try and type, so I just turned it on the strictest one. But then people try and be helpful, and it won't let them. Okay, convex values. Oh, I see. Got it. Okay, cool. So here, okay, so v.id, and then now I pass in, God, what did I call it? It's probably just boards. Like that. See document IDs. Every document has a globally unique string. Cool. You can access the document of the ID in the ID field. Cool. References. It's got to be in the args somewhere. Oh, here, like this. Okay, amazing. Thanks for catching that, because we would have ended up with some weird TypeScript errors. That's definitely happened in the past. And I haven't learned TypeScript officially yet, so then I just see them and I'm like, I don't know what this means. So appreciate it. Thanks. All right, let's turn this guy back off. Oops, not in here. In here. So is that it? I guess now we'll have to call this from somewhere. I think there's a way to test these in here. There's like functions. I don't want to create it. Let's try the update function. Let's see. How do I make this bigger? Does this not have a bar that I can drag? Oh, well, here. Act as a user. Okay. So this at least will pretend that I'm authenticated. So let's copy this, I guess. Board ID will be this. Restaurants will be this. And then I guess let's hard code one of these. This one's already true. Let's try this. Run mutation. Output is null. I guess that makes sense because I haven't returned anything. Okay, but what What did that do? Okay, cool. So maybe that worked. What do I want to return from this? I don't know. What do you return? What do you return from a patch? I feel like it said this on the HTTP methods. It was like, return something. What are we looking at? Patch? Request has body. But what do you return? Successfully modifying something. Success can be indicated by any of the successful response status codes. I mean, I guess I could just return a Boolean or something. Return true if there's no errors. There must be an example in here. Oh no, they don't return anything. Await. Oh, this is just to prove that it works after the fact. I mean, it doesn't feel great to just not return anything, but I guess we'll leave it. We'll see what happens. Okay, so now what? So now I've got this function, and now I have to call it from somewhere, from this modal. Why is this mad? Oh, this is the one that we saw before. Right? We fixed this? Yeah, okay. It's not giving me errors anymore. Okay, so in here we had... Oh no, we decided this was defined higher up. So inside of the app is where we handle the check-in button. Where is it? Down here. Okay. Okay, so now we need to call our function, our convex function. What was the syntax for that again? It's like API dot something. Ooh, wait, this one is going to be a use mutation. Okay, so we're going to have to define this higher up. This is like the same problem we always run into, where you have to call the same number of hooks every time. So I guess, what did we call that? Update restaurants for, what did I call it? Update restaurants for current user. Whee! Okay, use mutation, api.boards. This thing. All right, so now this gives us a function that we can call to trigger this. How did I pass in? Do I just pass in the arguments as an object, I guess? Okay. All right, so then when this is clicked, I want to pass in, so I want to call this function. Whoops. I'm going to call this, and I want to pass in the board ID, which, how do I get that? I guess we just have board. Can I do board underscore, oops, UD. Will that work? I guess I've just not used underscores before things. Whoop. Yeah. Cannot read properties of undefined. How am I going to get that? Hello! Hi, Frogger. We're back to doing our hackathon app the night before it's due. Or I guess this is the night that it is due. It's not even the night before. We've got 3 hours. We're in decent shape. Okay, how do I get... I feel like it said something. It said something in the docs about how to get an ID. Here, it was in this one that Robert posted. Whoop. No, open it over here. See, they just do doc.id. Document IDs. Let's look at this thing again. Blah, blah, blah. You can access the ID fields this way. Or is it just mad? Here, what if we do it this way? Board.id, because like when the page first loads, it doesn't have an ID yet, I think. Okay, there we go. Well, it's mad about something else. Received false. I don't know where that's happening. We'll have to come back to that later. Okay, board. I guess why isn't it outputting? Oh, here it does. Okay, well, I guess I can output the ID that way. So where did it go? So in here, I want to pass in the board ID, which is going to be board.id. And then I want to pass in an object, and this had, or actually, wait, I think this whole thing I want to have. Wait, what did it look like? It was like the first argument. I think I'm getting my things confused. So this one wanted the board ID separately, and then the rest of the arguments for the object separate. But the arguments for my actual function, these both need to be in an object. I'm getting confused. Okay, so scratch this. This is going to be, oops. This is going to be in here. Board ID is going to be this. Okay, and then we're going to pass in restaurants. God, should have picked a shorter word. And then this is going to be the new restaurants. This is like the new state object. Why are you all red? Oh, because this is async. Await. And then I guess this is going to be an async function. Why are you mad? Let's see. Settings. Hover. What do you want? Active restaurant is possibly null. Sure. Index. Ugh. I'm just gonna undo that. We're just gonna leave it. It might be null and the thing will break, but you know, it's a hackathon. We're doing our best. Okay. So let's see if I reload this page. Okay, this is at least the same 2 errors we were seeing before. So if well, here, let's leave the console open in case anything explodes. All right, let's check off this one. Okay. And if we reload it, hey! Ugh, wow. We've grown so much since the last hackathon. We sort of know what is going on. Feels good. Okay, great. They've happened. I guess let me commit this before I break it. Git status. Okay, git add, or actually, let's do the index first, because this one is unrelated. Yeah. Oops. Git status. Okay, git commit. What was this? This was a fix. Update page title. Okay, so now let's do these other ones. Yada-da-dum. White space errors. Oh well. Okay. Oh. Okay. Handle check-in. Okay. What happens if you use an async function as a button, like click handler? I guess maybe it doesn't matter. It just starts the thing. I don't know. Okay, git status, git commit, feat. When a user checks in, store the updated restaurants list in the database. Bye, Mika. Thanks for joining. Okay. Git push. Well, here we go. We've sort of got an MVP. Wow. And so many hours left to spare. Okay. Well, what should we do now? Let's look at our to-do list. Where did it go? I'm in here. Okay. Oh, here. We should figure this bug out. When a new board gets created, sometimes it gets created twice. Here, let's... I guess I can make a new account. Let's see. Sign up. Megan. Megan 2. The height of security. Okay. All right, so now we've got this new board. See, it worked this time, but sometimes if I delete it... here, let's make this small here. We'll make... I guess here we'll close this. And then... Oh, shoot, I'm not going to be able to tell... Oh, no, I can't by the creation time. Okay, because like sometimes if I delete this, then it makes 2 boards? Does that only happen? Maybe that only ever happens the first time, like when I sign in. Here, let me sign out. Let me sign out, or actually I'm not even going to be able to. Here, hang on. Let's delete one of these, then reload, and then sign out. And then let's delete the other one. Because I'm wondering, I'm trying to figure out, like, does this only happen when I am deleting stuff? When I'm deleting stuff when the app is already open, which, like, in the real world shouldn't happen. Let's see. Let's do this again. Whoops, that was from the last one. Well, here, I guess. Megan 2. Continue. Maybe it only happens when I'm like messing around with this database. In which case, what if I just don't deal with it? But I don't know why it's happening. I'm assuming that it's something to do with this use query. Where is it? This use query hook. Like if it's trying to store the current board but then there is no board in the database anymore, then maybe we end up in here. Because like what seems like is happening is it's kicking off 2 of these create board calls. Like it's kicking off one and then nothing. Or no, wait, here it's kicking off that it's kicking off that function but not awaiting it, and so it doesn't know. It like doesn't know that the board has been updated yet. I don't know. This is where my like knowledge of the React rendering cycle is just fuzzy enough that I'm not totally sure what's happening. I guess here, let's add in some console logs to see if we can figure it out. Let's delete some of this. Let's delete this so that I have only the console logs that I actually want. Da 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 da. Do we have any others in here? Console log board. Okay, how can we make this more clear? Board after use query. Whoops. Where's the other one? Okay, and that's the error. So what do we want to know? I want to know like when this console log, whoops, inside use effect, I guess inside use effect to create board. And then it calls create board. I guess let's put a console log in here, console.log, inside create board. And then here, console.log, about to call create board for current user convex function. And then in here, I also have another one, a use effect, so that when the board changes, we update the state for the restaurants. Because before there was a problem where it was loading. What was happening? It was like loading the board, but then the restaurants on the page were never updating. Like nothing was triggering a re-render. Inside use effect for board changes. Oh, here, let me catch up. Pass board as a dependency to the use effect. Strict mode is calling the component twice. Oh. For here in this one, in this first one, use effect. Let's see, here. Like that. Here, let's see if that fixes it. So, which one was it? This one. If we delete this. Oh my God. Was that it? Is it gonna work? If I, here, is this still the same one? Yeah, okay. Delete. Wow. Wait, okay, so what was happening? So I know when you pass stuff into this, then it happens, like the use effect, the stuff inside the use effect will run whenever the board changes. Does it only run when the board changes, or does it also run when, like when the component mounts? React strict mode. Okay, interesting. Let me do a Google. React strict mode. Model. React strict mode. Okay, what's your deal? I guess let's look at the new docs. Once you find common bugs early in development. Okay. Oh. We'll re-render in extra time. Interesting. Okay, so I guess you can't make can't make assumptions about how many times stuff will render. Your components will rerun effects in extra time. Oh, missing effect cleanup. I don't have any cleanup. Well, I guess I'm not making any event handlers, so maybe it's okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Here, I'm gonna paste this into my notes. Figure out the bug. Okay, so this is probably because React strict mode renders components extra times to check that you're not depending on how many times it's rendered. I guess why does it do that? Rerun effects extra time to find bugs caused by missing effect cleanup. Every effect has some setup code and may have cleanup code. Normally, React calls setup when the component mounts and calls cleanup when it unmounts. Okay. I guess I don't understand why. Well, I guess because if you've set it up, if you've set something up and then you haven't cleaned it up, then the second time that you set it up, it'll be like, oh no, this thing's already defined, maybe, or something like that. Okay, here, let's do this little test. Since we've got time, let's let's learn a thing. Okay, this is the index. All right, so in here, create connection. What does that do? Comes from chat. Okay. Connect. Disconnect. All right. So I guess it never disconnects. Or how would I, is there a way to make it disconnect? Does disconnect ever get called? Or maybe that's what the problem is the disconnect never gets called. There's an issue, but it might not be immediately clear. Let's implement a feature. Okay. In the example below, room ID is not hard-coded. Okay, so you can pick a room ID. Open chat. Open chat. Oh, okay. So we're opening new connections, but we're never closing them. Is that why my computer ran out of memory? Maybe it's because I was making all of these calls and I wasn't cleaning anything up. Your effect is missing a cleanup function. Okay, disconnect. All right. Now let's wrap it in strict mode. I see. Okay, I think that makes sense. Okay, because the use effects had no dependency, it was firing twice. Once for the normal time you'd expect it to run, and another time because of strict mode. Okay, but with the dependency added, the first time it runs, the board is null. So you make the board. The second time the render is called by using strict mode, the board did not change. Oh. Okay, it didn't change from, so it sees like, oh, null, it was null last time and it's still null, so we don't have to do this again. Okay, that That makes sense. Ugh, we learned a thing. Thank you, Robert. That was great. Because last time I was just like, I don't know, we'll deal with this later. And good that we waited, because now we understand what was going on. Okay, so it was the interplay of strict mode and also not having this dependency array. All right. Here, let's update our takeaway. This is because React strict mode so that you don't have memory leaks. Whoops. And since we didn't have a dependency array for our use effect hook, it was running twice, once for each time React strict mode calls effects. By adding the board, dependency array, then React can tell that it shouldn't run the use effect the second time because the board was null, or because the board is still null, and so the value hasn't changed since last time it ran. All right, we've learned something. Check. Here, I guess get rid of this because this is not really a to-do. Ugh, amazing, we can check off another thing. Here, let's commit that. Git status, git add. Oh, well, now I've got all these console logs. Whatever, we'll keep them. We'll keep them for posterity. Okay, oops. Add those. Okay, and this is the part that we actually wanted. Git commit fix. Add dependency array to fix weird bug with 2 boards being created per user. Huzzah! Let's check the deploy. Does this just work now? That would be amazing. Let's see. This one is... Do I have the one that's the deploy? Is this Netlify? What are you? What is this tab? Let's see. A good thing to remember is that a use effect without any dependency will run every time the render function is run. With a dependency array, it will run the first time the render is called, after which it only reruns the effect if a dependency changed. Okay. Yeah, that is good to know. I guess I had assumed that, like, because this call was inside, like, because there's this check that checks to see if the board is null, I guess I just assumed it would only call this the first time. Or not that it would only call, but like that this part of the code would only get run the first time when the board is null. But maybe because this use effect gets called before this promise has resolved, maybe that's why it gets all borked. There's no return in the condition. Oh. Wait, there's no return, so then awaiting this... I guess what would the return do? Like, is the return to make it... I don't know. Because I guess I thought that this await would be like, okay, just sit and wait for whatever, for this create board to resolve. But then but then it like called it again. I mean, maybe that is from the strict mode. Like if it's waiting for this to resolve, but then the use effect gets run a second time right away by the strict mode, then it falls in here again, and it's like, oh, the board is no, like it runs the effect because this dependency wasn't here. So it runs this, and it's like, oh, board is still null, call it again. I think that makes sense. I think that fits with what you were describing before. So it was just like kicking off the second call here before the first call had actually resolved, maybe, and changed the board value. I think that makes sense to me. We'll see. Oh, okay. I know it's hard. It's like this back and forth of like, oh, I want to make the code big so that it's easier to see, honestly, for me as well as for y'all. But then because it's so big, you can't fit as many lines on it. My partner will code on his laptop, and it's like so tiny. I have bad eyes, so it's like he's got maybe like 50 lines on his screen, but it's so small. I'm like, even if I'm sitting right next to it, I don't think I'd be able to see it. Okay, yeah, strict mode, lack of dependency. Okay, great. We learned something. Yay, I love it. Okay, how do I find my projects? Go to my... There we go. Okay. Failed? Why? Building. Okay, what did we break? Oh no, are these all TypeScript errors? Ugh. Okay, well, worst case scenario, we can add some ignores. Let's see. Git status. Okay, here, let's kill this. Let's do pm run build. Ugh, I will say that last time ChatGPT was very helpful at resolving TypeScript errors. All right. Is possibly null. React is read but never... Oh, declared but never read. That's an easy one. I know how to do that. Goodbye. Parameter restaurant details implicitly has an any type. Oh boy. This is going to be like learning TypeScript by force. Where are you? Line 82. Okay. All right. TypeScript. Add types to function argument. Sure. Okay. Function types. I guess, how do I define an array? Oh boy. TypeScript types. Basic types. Here we go. All right, an array. Actually, is it an array or no? This is an object. Object represents the non-primitive type, anything that is not a number, string, blah blah blah. Okay. show me how to make one. I guess I just do like this. Object. Is that all you want? Why are you mad now? Enabled. What do you want? Argument of type object is not assignable to parameter of type set state action. Ugh. I don't care for this. Okay. To ChatGPT! All right, I'm building a React app using TypeScript. I'm getting the following error. What does it mean? I guess it probably needs some different type or something. Okay, what is likely happening? Okay, wait, let's start at the beginning. This typically occurs when you're passing an object to a setter function, yup, that expects a different type, specifically null. Oh, I guess did I start this off as null somewhere? Restaurant details. I don't know. Your state is defined as null. I mean, I guess I can just add this or null. Ugh. Either modify the state type to accept an object or make sure you're setting it to null as expected. I guess that doesn't make sense to me. Why would this expect me to pass in null? How will I set the state if I am not passing in an object? Type, blah, blah, blah. Okay. How do I ignore? How do I ignore type checking in a TypeScript file? Learning TypeScript is going to be next on the to-do list because this is a pain every time. Oh, here. Do I have a type defined? I don't. Oh, here. Let's look at this because I don't know. I don't know TypeScript. We had to use it. Did we use it? Oh, actually, this doesn't look that bad. Type restaurant details. Okay, I could do that. That seems feasible. I guess, does that go outside of my component? We put it at the top, maybe? Let's see. What did a restaurant have in it? We define this here. I guess I'll copy this over and then we'll... leave me alone. This is why I turn off all the pop-ups. Go away. Where'd it go? Okay, here. These are my things. These are my things. Okay, so we didn't want the v dot whatever. And we didn't want these. Whee! I guess, can I use number? Is it going to be something like int? Okay, cool. This seems legit. Let's paste this. So now this is going to be this guy. I guess this thing is still mad, though. This line's still... I don't know why it's saying that it wants to be null. Is not assignable to parameter of type set state action null. Provides no match for the signature previous state. Oh, wait. How does that work? Okay, just put it at the top. Awesome. Thank you. Here. Did I copy this in when I told ChatGPT? Where did that go? Oh, no, I did. Your state is defined as null or has a state type that is null. I mean, maybe that happens when I load it for the first time. Or would that be in the board somewhere? Or no, maybe it's in the app. App. Where is my state? Active restaurant. Okay, use state null. I guess maybe I just want this to be an empty object, but I do want it to be null, because if it's nothing, I don't want it to be an empty object and have it thinking that it's a restaurant. You need to type your use state. Okay, let's see. That's up here. Here, let's make this bigger. Whoops. Okay, use state, restaurant details, or null. Okay, I guess what is this syntax inside of the square brackets doing? The value can only either be a restaurant details or null. Okay. That's saying, so like, is this how you define it for an argument? Or like if I had multiple arguments, not for use state, but like for some other function, if it had multiple arguments, would I like chain multiple of these together? Or use like commas or something? Okay. We're learning TypeScript today too. Okay, what was this? Restaurant details or null. Ugh, I love it when the red lines go away. Okay, so then, okay, great. And then, what are you mad about? Is possibly null. I mean, I guess use ref. I guess do we do the same thing here now? This is either... There must be a type for refs. Well, I guess I could make one. What? Dialogue, ref, or null? Is that right? How did I do that other one? Okay. So now we have to define this. Type, dialogue, ref, current. I don't actually know what current is. This must exist. Somebody must have solved this problem. Okay, a concept called generics. All right, I'm gonna add this to my list of things to Google. To do. Look up TypeScript generics. Okay. How do I define a TypeScript type for a React ref? React.ref object. Okay. This seems right. HTML input element. Okay. Is there an HTML dialog element? Okay, great. So this is gonna be equals React dot, what was it? React dot, no. Oh, whose value you can change. Okay, let's try this one first. React.ref object HTML dialog element. Maybe? I guess maybe I don't even need it up here. They just put it right on the line where the variable is defined. Okay, let's stick that down here. All right, that's one more squiggly line gone. Ugh, I don't know how to make you happy though. Dialog ref.current is possibly null. I mean, is this enough? Is this what you want? I guess so. What about you? What do you want? Active restaurant is possibly null. Current index. Type undefined. Cannot be used as an index type. Okay. I feel like I need some kind of if here. If not current index, throw new error. Error. Well, here, I guess I don't need to say error. Current index is not defined. And then hopefully we'll never get there. Where are you, Mad? Same deal? It's possibly null? Okay. Questions. npm run build. Sorry. I know it's like pair programming via Twitch chat is not the best. But honestly, even if it's difficult, I feel like you're helping way more than if I was just trying this by myself. So I appreciate the time and the energy. Okay, a couple more. Oh, no, wait. It worked! Wow, a Christmas miracle. Okay, git status, git add. Yes. Yes, here, let's make this bigger. Actually, let me open this so that my little face is not in the way. Okay, yes. Yes. Git commit fix TypeScript errors, or I guess resolve TypeScript errors. And maybe this will work. Wow, we're learning React stuff. We're learning TypeScript stuff. We've learned Convex stuff. This is great. And I guess now, let's see, almost 10. So that's pretty good. We got 2 hours left to make it look presentable and do a README and submit the Google form. Wow. Look at us go. Okay, styling. Some styling stuff to figure out. Okay, well here, we can do the layout, because that should be easy enough. There's really only this one page. Let's see. What do I want this to look like? I guess maybe it's inside of the main. So we can just put the main layout here. So inside of the app, well, I guess really it should be inside of the app, right? Like I want to return, I guess we want to do like a fragment to wrap this thing, because then I'll want to have a nav bar. And what do we want to put in here? We probably want to move this, move this up. And then I probably also want to move my authenticated stuff up there. Signed in. Okay, I think I'm going to need to zhuzh this a little bit. Because what is this really? This is the content. User button. Okay, so I want to move this user button out of here. Let's call this, where'd it go? Where's the top? Let's call this content. Or let's do main content, right? Because this starts with the main. Oh no, it doesn't. Well, then let's just call it content. Okay, so if they are signed in, so I really want this to go in here. So if they're authenticated, then I want to show the user button. Whoops, wrong way. Ah. And if they're not authenticated, then I want to show them this sign in button. Oh, here, I guess I'll take this whole thing. And then what goes inside the main body. So if they're authenticated, I want to show them the content. If they're not authenticated, then I want to show them some kind of marketing copy. Ugh, last time I had ChatGPT generate this, and it actually did a pretty good job. Oh yeah, so my app is restaurant bingo. Here, I guess we can do a demo. So they did this thing a while ago where I live, where they had like all of these local restaurants. They like signed up to give you samples. Oh no, did I break it? Oh, I'm not running localhost. They like gave away local samples, and you could like go to the restaurants and get the sample, and they would like stamp your bingo table. They gave you like an actual piece of paper, and you had to like go and get it stamped. And so I was like, oh, that was a lot of fun, and it was a good way to like try a bunch of new places that you wouldn't necessarily go to yourself. And so that's where the idea started. And originally the scope was way bigger. It was like, well, you could go to a restaurant, and then like to make the restaurants want to participate in this, you could have to like upload a photo of the thing that you got from the restaurant as like a way to earn them some business and then also some like marketing. But that was too hard. It was too many things. So we didn't do that. Marketing, copy. Let's see, npm run dev. Let's get this guy back up. Or actually, let's check and see if it worked on Netlify. Did it work? Ah, this is the same broken one, but take me back. How do I get the, here. Whoa. That's not what I wanted. Why? Oh, this is because I'm starting localhost. Sure, log in. I was just logged in a moment ago. Okay, great. Sure. Where did this one go, though? Is this it? How do I tell? Yeah, okay, here. Let's copy this one. It works! Yeah, the scoping is hard. I'm glad that at least we're not being filmed, so if we go over a little bit, who's gonna know? But I don't know how they do it in 4 hours on the show. That's truly incredible. Did you participate in this one? What did you make? Or I guess what did you make for the past ones? Yeah, same. Extra time as we are 10 p.m. like trying to build the MVP. Oh, nice. How many have there been so far? I guess they're numbered. This is the 5th one. Nice, that's pretty good. 3 out of 5. It is nice. I like the time pressure too of like, you know, even if it's more than 4 hours, you've got some wiggle room. You know, like it's scoped. You can only spend like 2 or 3 weeks or however much time there is before the due date. Because normally I am big on planning and slow on execution. Okay, here, let's make some marketing copy. I have a restaurant, or no. I built an app that users can sign into to play bingo by visiting local restaurants. They cross off a restaurant by visiting and buying something. If they get a bingo, they can redeem it for, or what, they can show their board to someone, or I guess to a cashier at a participating restaurant and win a discount on their order or a free treat like a cookie or soda or something small. Write some marketing copy for the homepage of this app. Because I'm not a marketer. Your bingo adventure starts here. Cute. Great. Ugh, we love it. Feel free to customize the text. This is perfect. All right, here, let's copy this over. I guess this probably shouldn't be an H1. This should probably just be like a P tag or something. Whoops. What's happening? And then, okay, we have to turn off the hover again. Go away. Okay, where would this go? This would go in here. Whee! Oh no. Smart quotes. Okay, I'm gonna replace those. This is called Bingo Bites. Whoops, Bingo Bits. All right, let's turn on text wrapping. So I guess we'll make this one an H2. We'll make this one an H1. Okay, we'll make this one a P tag. What was this? This was an ordered list. Whoops, that's not right. O L. Okay. Scooch this. Where did it end? Here? And then these. Oh God, can I do something slick? Let's see. 1, 2. Is that right? Li. Oops. Okay. Hang on. This. 1. How many steps are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Li. There we go. But now how do I... Well, close enough. I'll fix this one manually. Oops. There we go. Is that right? Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. God, why was that so difficult? Okay, and then this last one will be a P tag. All right, how do I format this? Format document. Just pick one. Yay. All right, what is this gonna look like? Oh wait, this is prod. This one. Why isn't this showing? If you're unauthenticated, you should be seeing a sign-in button. If you're unauthenticated, you should see this. I guess, can I only use this component once? Can I not have 2 unauthenticated sections? Oh, that sounds fun. Text-based adventure game. That feels like one where a scope creep could so easily come into it, where it's just like you spend so much time writing like the copy for the game that then I would forget that, like, oh yeah, I have to build an app out of this. Oh, mixtape creator. That sounds like fun. Nice. That sounds hard. A monster card game. That seems like it could be another one where it, oh yeah, nice. ChatGPT. Nice. Yeah, that's the tough thing about this too, is like so many of these apps are starting, like you get to a submittable place, but then it's like, oh, I could like keep building this out. But then then by the time that I get to that point, then it's like, oh, another hackathon has rolled around. So I feel like I'm getting all of these projects where it's like, yeah, I could keep working on this and make it into something, but then I don't. Okay, should be able to use that unauthenticated twice. Let me look, because maybe I'm just looking at the wrong thing. Oh, this is main. I thought this was localhost. It's not. Localhost. Yay. Okay. This looks different. Oh, because it's not a heading anymore. That's fine. That's fine. So let's sign out. Go back. Yay. Okay, great. Cool, 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 cool. Let's see. I feel like we need a little logo or something. Or I could just stick a couple emojis on it. That's what I did last time. Let's see. What is a little... What emojis do we have? Food. Okay. Games. Check. Good enough. Look here. Profit. How do you... Money or prize? Good enough. Bye. Thanks for coming through, Robert. You were a huge help. Okay, now I feel like now we can do styling and call it good. Here, let's make these bold. Just for vibes. Strong. And then another one. And one more. Okay. Hooray. So now do we just work on styling? I guess here, let's add some copy for when they sign in. We'll add some copy for when they sign in, and just so that it says like what to do. Okay, bingo bytes. This is the nav bar. So I guess this would go in the main content. Okay. Here, let's go back to ChatGPT. Write some copy, 2 to 3 sentences for instructions on how to use this app. It will go on the home page above the user's bingo board. Okay, visit to get a bingo. Okay, great. I feel like I could put this in a little disclosure. If we put something like details, is it details and then summary? And then inside of here, we'll put this. How it works. Okay. How does that look? Localhost. How it works. Cool. Now let's do some styling. Well, here, let me update this. Git status. Whee. Oh, it linted things too. That's nice. I should really just set that up to do that on save. Okay, so what did we do here? We git commit feet, I guess. Add marketing copy to homepage for auth and unauth. Oh, here. Auth and unauth flows. Okay, and now we want to style it. So I don't actually want to use any of these. Let's just delete those styles. Or did I already? Maybe I already deleted those. I think I'm not even using this. Let's just delete it. Move to trash. Let's see if... Well, the fact that nothing has broken says to me that I wasn't using those styles anywhere. So, okay, now let's get wild. Let's add some classes and stuff. So I want... Well, here, let's just make a new file first. app.css. And then let's import that. Oops, app.css. And let's just check that this is working. Actually, is it even going to have the body? I don't know if this is just regular styles or if this is using CSS modules. I didn't set it up to use CSS modules, so maybe it's all just one big style sheet. Let's test it. Text, or no, copy. What am I doing? Color. Color blue. Okay, cool. So what do I want? I want to have... here, let me just go to my other one, to my last hackathon project. GitHub monsters. Let me just start from those initial styles. Index.css. Cool. Let's start with this. All right. Let me inspect this. Okay, console. No, I want to look at the elements. I want to look at the styles. How do I move you? Like, I want you to be over here. Close that, maybe. Oh, okay, this is good enough. All right, so we've got the body. How do we want to style the nav? Probably display flex. Cool. And what is it? It's like align items, space between. Nope, that's not right. Let's see. Nope, not here. Show me The nav. Okay. Display flex. Oh, this is cool. Wait, this is huge. I want this one. Oh, it's align content. Why is nothing happening? The flex wrap no wrap property prevents align content. Well, why is it no wrap? I didn't tell it to be no wrap. Flex. Is it not align items? Or align content? Okay, hang on. Well, here, let's do this. Maybe it's justify content? There we go. Okay, justify content. All right. Align items center. Justify content. Space between. And then I probably don't want this to be the width of the whole page. Let's see. Max width. I feel like I normally do like 80 characters. And then what? Like margin auto? Yeah, something like that. Although, because now I'm thinking if I wanted to like make this nav bar have a color, then I want to add, let's see, maybe I want to add this to the root instead. So the body, or no, wait, because if I want the nav to go all the way across, but I want the content to only be, right, because like if I make this have background color, I don't know, maroon. Like I want this to span the whole top of the page. How did I do this last time? Let me open that GitHub tab again. GitHub. Actually, I guess I could inspect this actual page. Oh, I guess I just didn't style it the way that I thought that I did. Well, that's fine. Well, here. So I guess what was my takeaway from that? So I want to add the max width to this content container. So what is that? Content, where are you? Return. So this is just a nothing right now. What is this inside of? This is inside of the main. Okay, so I guess I'll style the main element. Main. Well, here, let's make this one. We said background color maroon. Oops. Maroon. And then I guess we'll have to make the font color white for contrast. I guess I don't have a footer. I should probably add a footer. We'll get to that. And so then this one, I want the body, what did I say? Width to be 80 characters, and then margin auto to get it in the center. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, reload this page. Okay, Cool. So now let me add some margin to this nav. I don't know, 2 rem. Nope, not margin, padding. Whoa, that's way too big. Let's do 1 rem. Whee. Although I guess I don't really want it to get bigger. Like I don't want the nav bar to get bigger and bigger as the font gets bigger. So what am I supposed to do in that case? Is it M? No. I think that's okay, here, what do I want to do? I guess we could do pixels. 80 pixels. That's too much. 20 pixels? $10 pixels. Whoops, that's going to be worse. I guess maybe I want less pixels on the top, more pixels on the side. Let's see, top 10, and then what if we do like 20? Yeah, that's not the worst. Okay, cool. So then this main is working. I guess I want it to, let's see, what am I trying to say? I want the table to be centered. So I guess let's come into this board. Can I do this? Table, center, or no, text align, center. Is that going to center the text inside of the table? Like I want to center the table itself. Maybe that also has to be margin auto. Yeah. Yeah. But I also want this to be, I would like for this to be also centered. Like it would be nice if this edge lined up with this edge. So maybe I don't want to do margin auto. Maybe I want to do like width 100%. Okay, that's not so bad. So let's do that with 100%. What happens if I change the height? Max content? No. Max 500 pixels. Ah! Go back. Go back. I guess probably don't want to spend too much time fiddling with the size of this thing. Maybe 80 pixels is too wide. Let's do, or not 80 pixels, 80 characters. Maybe let's do 60 characters. Does that feel better? And then, let's see, what if I want to make these buttons be the full height now. Button, let's see. Button, what if I do height 100%? Whee! Okay, but these are not all the same width. which I don't love. Let's see. I guess I could make the TDs. Let's see. This width, really, I want to be 20%. Right? Because that's 100 divided by 5. Okay, here. Before I get too deep into that, let's copy this over. So in our board, we want the button width and height to be 100%. And then I want my table, no, I want my TD to be width 50%. And then I feel like there was something else. Oh, no, wait, not 20%. Or not 50%, 20%. Okay, there we go. And then I wanted my table height. I guess if I base it off the viewport, that's kind of nice. I guess what will that look like? What will that look like on a smaller screen? How do I switch you to be mobile? iPhone. Okay. iPhone, bigger iPhone. Why is this? I don't know why the, whoa. Let's see, because now the sizing is off. It's like the table is bigger. I guess maybe I want the width. This should be the max height. Let's see, why is this being weird? Probably because of the width that I set on the app. Whoops. On the main, I want this to be the max width, I think. Okay, great. But now this is still looking wonky. Show me this bigger. Why are you looking so weird? Okay. So why is this button? Width is 20%. I want this button to be bigger though. Do I need this to be min height? Okay, computed. Why are you the size you are? Height. Min height. Let's see. I don't understand why this height is not respecting the one that I set in here. Because if I want this height to be 100%, then you should be bigger. Oop. Now it's all frozen. Okay. I guess maybe is it because now my table, how did I set the table height now? Do I only have a min height? Or no, I only have a max height. Let's see. I don't know, 100 view height? But now these are showing up as different sizes. I guess that's probably because I put a min. No, this one is also width 20%. Let's see. Why is that happening, do we think? Here, maybe we'll change this. We'll leave this as height 80 view width. If we refresh this page, what happens? Here, I want to move this off to the side now. All right, well, maybe this is good enough for now. Maybe I don't want this to be 20%. Maybe I want this to be 20 view width. I guess max width, 20 view width, viewport width, right? Because I want it to be 20% of the container, but if the container is bigger, then I want it to only be as wide as the screen. iPad Pro looks okay. Okay. So then I guess I also want the TD, I want the height to be max height. I want to be 20 viewport width, I think. And then let's see, let's change the text wrap. How do I do that? TD button, text wrap, balance. It's like something about breaking up words. Word wrap? Or word break. All right. Break word, break all. Auto phrase. Okay. Well, here, I guess we'll do that for now. Word break. Let's see. So this goes on the button. Word break word. Okay. And then let's give it some space. Like, let's give it a little bit of breathing room. I guess we'll add some padding to the details in here. So main, and then I want my details to have padding. Let's do the same as the other one. 10 pixels, 20 pixels. Or actually, maybe I don't want the sides. Right, because I want to keep it lined up over here. It would be nice to have a little bit of padding. So I guess let me add that to the main. Padding. Let's see, top top, let's do, oh here, let's just do 10 pixels all around. And then I guess maybe this one I don't want to have. I don't want to have the extra padding on top, so let's get rid of this then, I guess. Details. Details, maybe I want to add just padding to the bottom. Padding, bottom, 10 pixels. Okay, cool. That feels sufficiently fiddly. Let's try a bigger phone. Let's try an iPad. Let's try this. All right. How do I try a, let's get out of this. Okay, so back to mobile, or not, back to desktop. Okay, this is not the worst. I guess maybe I want to change the font on this, because I think this is a different font than this, if I'm not mistaken. Well, here, let's add a footer first. Since we might have to judge some of our heights. Where would that go? That would go in the app. Main, and then let's add a footer. This app was created as, what did I say on the other one? Yay. Okay, copy, paste. And then this is number 5. Let's add a link. We'll add a link to the footer. Where is the prompt? There we go. All right, copy. Learn with Jason. Whoops, I guess let me finish this href. Okay. Let's go back to my localhost, wherever that went. Is that this? Nope. This one. All right, and then footer. Let's do some basic things here. I guess text align center. What padding did we have on the nav? Here, let's copy this. Whoops. Okay, footer, a tag. Look here, I guess. Color white. Cool. Okay. This is not the worst. Let's go back. There's no footer on this page, which means I've put something in the wrong spot. Well, I don't know. I feel like it should show up there. There we go. Okay, so now I need to figure out this spacing. How's that going to go? I guess I want the body to have min height. Min height 100%. Or no, 100 view height. Right? And then I want this to also be display flex, I think. And then I want to do space between. Or no, maybe not. I feel like it's one of these has to have stretch set on it. Here. How did I do that? Inspect. So, flex grow. Okay. Well, here, first let's go to our app and our body. Let's do display flex. And then the main had flex grow of 1. Let me look at this. Actually, did I put it on the div? Okay, and then this one I also want it to have height. Actually, where is that? So I guess maybe I'll put this in a div. ID page wrapper. So then this, instead of going on the body, well, this will go on page wrapper and then min height 100 view height, maybe? Let's see. Bingo bytes. Whoa. Flex direction. Column. There we go. Okay, that looks not the worst. Okay, and now let's add some styles to this. Where did it go? It's in here. Class name equals emojis. And then in here, let's say, God, where does this go? I guess here. Emoji. This is going to be text align center. And font size 3 rem. Does this have margin? Margin 0. Cool. Looks very similar to my other one, but you know, that's okay. Let's see. Is there another color that we could use? CSS colors. Let's just use the... I want you to show me a list of swatches. Here we go. All right. Let's see, what goes with maroon? I guess I could just find a lighter shade of this. Whoops. Let's go to color kit. Shades and tints. Ooh, this is different than the one I thought I was going to. This one. Color shade generator. Ooh, salmon poke. All right. We could do like this. These are all kind of, I don't know. I don't know that I like how dark it is. Why can't I move this? Uh-oh. Is this freezing? Hopefully it's just that page. Well, whatever. Maybe this is good enough. I could make it black, I guess. But the pages are already black. The, what am I trying to say? The, board, when you check it off. Let's see. Megan. Okay, well, good enough. Maybe we call it good enough, because we still have to write a README. We still have to submit this. Okay, here, let's push this. Git status, git add. Okay, we imported styles. We did that. We did that. Okay, we added a footer. We added these styles. We deleted those. Okay. Whoops. I need to actually add these. Okay, git commit feet add styles and footer. All right. Now let's update our README. Okay, I don't want this. Bingo bytes. Let's see. We got, how did I structure my last one? Okay. Well, here, you can copy this. Welcome to Bingo Bytes. This was created as part of the hackathon. We get a link to that. Paste that in there. And now what? Okay, goal. I don't know. What better way to choose a restaurant? Well, I don't know. Tired of going to the same old places again and again. Well, want to support your, or no, want to expand your culinary horizons while supporting local restaurants. I said restaurants twice. Supporting local businesses. Try Bingo Bites. Bingo Bites. I don't know. Bingo Bites is a bingo style game where you can, or where you get us Bingo Bites is a bingo style game where each square on your board has the name of a different restaurant in your area. Well, here, of a different local restaurant. Well, here, I'll just say of a different restaurant in your area, and then I'll add another section that's like additional features. I feel like this is plans for V2 and beyond. There was all kinds of stuff I wanted to have to check in. Well, here, first I wanted to have have the user enter their city and populate their board with restaurants in their area. When a user checks into a restaurant, they have to upload a photo of the meal they got. When users, I guess after that, when users are browsing the restaurant details on their board, it shows them a list of photos that other patrons have uploaded. Automatically detect when a user has gotten a bingo and add a new reward token to their account. Users can redeem rewards at a restaurant and can redeem rewards at a restaurant. I guess can redeem reward tokens at a restaurant to earn a discount or free treat. What else? I feel like I had so many grand plans. It would also be nice to show a map for where the restaurant is located. I guess these are sort of the same. Okay, and then this list of tools is basically the same. Tools I used. Use this. We didn't use React Router. We did use PNPM. We did use Netlify. We did use ChatGPT. Cool. Known bugs. There are none so far. Okay, how to test. well, here. We'll add that here. How to test, and then let's finish this introduction. Bingo Bites is a bingo style game where each square on your board has the name of a different restaurant in your area. When you visit a restaurant on your board, you can check it off. Once you get a bingo, you can take your board into a participating restaurant and show it to the cashier to win a prize. Or at least that's how it would work if this were a real app and not just a hackathon project. Okay, how to test. Create a new account. A bingo board will be generated for you. Click on a square to see the details for that restaurant. Whoops. No, wait. What am I trying to say? Once you get a bingo, whoops. You can take your board into a participating restaurant to redeem your prize. I guess here, I'll move this down here. Users can redeem reward tokens at a restaurant. I guess, here, we'll move this. Move this up here. And then what? And then let's change this. Users can redeem reward tokens at a restaurant, which updates the number of rewards associated with their account. The other thing I wanted to do, which I thought would be cool, would be make boards a monthly contest. At the end of the month, automatically generate a new board for each user. And then there could be like raffle tickets or something. Add a monthly raffle to earn a bigger prize. Earn raffle tickets by getting bingos on your board, or get a blackout to earn bonus tickets. Okay, a bunch of ideas. Get status, get add, get commit, feat, or I guess docs. Add readme. Oh, let's update the favicon. That's one small little touch that's easy to do. How did I do it last time? I think it's in the index. Yeah. Copy this. Let's come in here, and then let's replace this. All right, what is a good emoji? I feel like I used a burger for the other one. Might as well be consistent. I feel like the burger emoji reads well from a small window. So that's not so bad. Hooray! Wow, this feels great. What if I close this? Maybe I'll make these a smidge shorter. They're just ever so slightly too tall for my taste. Let's see, where was it? In the board? Let's do 70. Maybe that's too small. Let's do 75. That feels pretty good. A little bit of breathing room at the bottom. Let's try some different break points. Okay, iPad looks okay. Phone is getting pretty tight, but, you know, it's all right. You can click on one and it'll show you the full name. I don't feel too bad about that. Maybe let's make this bold. Nav. Let's see. Class name. Site title. And then let's come in here. It's inside the nav. Site title. Font. Wait. Is that right? Nope. Unless I just picked the wrong thing. Oh wait, I made it a class. Oops. There we go. Okay, and maybe I'll make this a little bit bigger too. Font size. Let's do 2 rem. Oop, too big. Let's do 1.5 rem. Is there a margin on this? Yeah, let's get rid of that. Margin 0. Okay. And then actually, let's give this a little bit more breathing room. Let's do 20. Maybe 20. Well, that's not bad. 2040. No, let's leave it. 20 pixels all around. Okay. Let me adjust the size of the words in these boxes. Unless, is that going to make me sad then when the font wrap is weird? I also don't, now they're like, come on. Now they're like different heights. This one is so much taller. I don't know why that's happening. Let's see. Board styles. Max height. I guess what if I do height is 20%? I don't know what that's going to do because I don't know how. I mean, I guess it's 20% of the parent, which is the table. Or actually, no, the parent is the table row. But maybe the height of that is based off of the height of the table. Well, at any rate, I don't hate this. Okay, get status. What did we do? Get add. Okay, let's do this one first. Get commit feet update favicon. Get status. Add. Okay. Get commit. I guess feet adjust styles. Oh, and then I wanted to change the font of the buttons to match. I wonder if I can do it this way. Font, family, unset. Nice. So instead of using the default button font, now it uses whatever the default text font is. So that feels okay. Get status, get add, get commit. I guess feet. Update button font on board. Yay. And if I reload the page, oh man, that feels good. Okay. Maybe we'll take a picture, take a screenshot of this just to stick in. Whee! Let's save this to my clipboard. And then let's add this into the README. Where am I? Up here. Here. I don't want to just edit this directly. Sure. Let's just paste this in here. Maybe I'll put it underneath the goal. It would be nice if I could add like a border. Is there an easy way to do that? GitHub add border to image. Need to add a border. Interesting. Okay, these are all kind of hacky, but perhaps that's what we must do. let's see, back to this. What is keyboard? What does that do? Nope. Okay. Image source equals this thing. And then, let's see, alt equals screenshot of the Bingo Bytes app. Cool. What does the keyboard element do? HTML keyboard tag. Represents a span of inline text. Ooh, I don't like that. That's probably not good for a screen reader, no? Ugh, I feel like if I'm just putting in this HTML element in code anyway, can I just add a style tag to it? Whoops. Style border. What is it? Solid 1 pixel blue. Dang it. Let me double check that that is in fact border solid 1 pixel blue. That is in fact valid CSS. Yeah, okay. Oh well. I don't love this from an accessibility standpoint, using this element as something that it's not actually intended for. Maybe you just won't have a picture. It's fine. They'll click the button. They'll see what it looks like. In which case, I don't actually want to commit any of this. Ha! Plus, then it's one less thing to maintain if I continue to update this after the fact. Okay, this feels pretty good. So now let's submit this puppy. I guess here this is the GitHub repo. Where is it? Okay. Submit. And this is earlier than last time. Last time I feel like we were maybe 30 minutes out from the top of the hour. And now we're not. Now we're even farther. Now we're 50 minutes out. Growth. Okay, let me get a link to, where is it? Is this the one on? Let's see, I want to be on here. Okay, and then is the favicon updated? Great. Let's copy this. Go back to, wait, not this. Back to this Google form. Okay, deployed, website, submit the thing. Sure, they can do it. All right. Secrets, hold please. No secrets for you. Okay, email. Whee! I'm gonna do it. We're gonna press the button. Yay! We made it! Ugh, okay, great. Look at us. Doing the thing. We did it. That's 2 down. Okay, let's see. What are our takeaways? Things that we learned. We learned about the dialogue HTML element. We learned how to use that. We learned about React strict mode and use effects. And what else? And then we like built on a lot of the same convex concepts that we learned last time. But I feel like it went a lot faster. We've definitely we're improving, so that's good. Oh, TypeScript. We learned about TypeScript things. The very basics, dipping our toes into TypeScript. Yeah. Yay! Well done, us. Okay, cool. I guess I'm gonna head out earlier than anticipated tonight. Excited. Thanks for coming and joining and hanging out, learning stuff together. We'll see you next time, next hackathon. Have a good rest of your day or night. Bye.